Good morning, Carter. This is your mama, and I'm not sure is Ruthie going to be on this call or not, but I'm going to talk to as if I'm talking to the two of you. Sorry for all that. But anyway, here we go. Hold on a second. My TV turned off. Listen, I don't think it's as confusing or as dramatic or even as depressing as you are feeling right now. I think what you're going through now is a lot of self remorse, a lot of condemnation, probably from the choices you made that wasn't the wisest, and sometimes you do got to deal with the stuff that you do. So right now, as you know, you have a couple things in the fires that should not be there. Owing the first landlord rent should have been negotiated and paid off when you got to 26,000. 26,000 couldn't have done everything, but it could have eased some of the things, like 13 of it going to your auntie to hold on to you, which she would have had paid off your one of your bills already, the pre-service bills, and then you still would have had money coming back to you at the end of the semester, instead of everything being gone in one semester and nothing coming back. But that's water over the dam. We can't go back and change it. So now we're at the crux of dealing with the and that landlord money, having this stupid soda issue that can cause you more money or more grief. Because I'm telling you, when they see all these things coming to the courts at the same time, the car, the landlord, and the soda being stolen, it's going to not look good for you. So you got to have to consider that, number one, and figure out how you're going to get through that. I have some ideas, but you're not going to like my ideas. But to me, that's the only solution that I know. I'm going to share with you the only solution that I know, and I think it's time that you and I put it into action. And either it's going to fly or it's going to go flatline. But it's better than what I see. No other option available. Because even if you were given all that money to cover all those issues, you still going to be behind the eight ball. And there is no money that I know of that will cover all of that. Okay, moving on. The most important thing we got to deal with now is your academics. And how in the world can you pass this term? I don't know. And I don't even need to know what your numbers are or what your grades are in each of the subjects. I know pharmacology is kicking your butt. But I do know this, that there's a thing called miracles. And I know I've been talking to you about the Sabbath, keeping the Sabbath. I've been talking to you about praying or reaching out to God or talking to God or starting a relationship with God. Because I know He does miracles. I know when I got granted RHQ, it was nothing short of a miracle from God. Period. Though I may have had the best application submitted, I was politically flatlined. And because without politics, you just don't get into those situations. You don't make it through that arena. But yet I made it through. And I know, and God told me that it went through weeks before the date that it was called out to me. And even though He told me that in my prayers, that it's already done, I still kept running like a nut. And all the other time, my energy I put in was just a waste of time because I was already voted in weeks before the March 6th announcement on the newspaper. The newspaper article made it clear to me that showed me that I was already voted in by the SRC. So I guess I'm saying all that to say that God can step in and show out for you beyond all your mistakes and all your deficits. And I kind of wish I went to Him at the aftermath when everything went sour for me at RHQ. And I know for a fact that everything went sour for me at RHQ because I dropped the ball on God. I dropped the ball on my relationship with God. I started winning so much, and I was always under a battle. But I started winning battles so much that I came to the conclusion I was winning it on my own. I didn't find it necessary to spend Sunday mornings over there at Bible Way Church like I used to, or talking to Pastor Jones like I used to. And so things fell apart on me. And I look back on that, and I think, everything happens for the good. So I'm not regretting that, but I'm regretting how things turned out initially. But I grew so much from it, believe it or not. I would never give up Torah for anything. Um, it was worth losing RHQ over. But anyway, because I love Torah and what God has given me through Torah. And I was in a Torah discovery stage during the entire investigation and during the entire court hearing. So, um, I went from RHQ to Torah. And I went a lot of the places before Torah, too. I hit Torah first, and then, went to African spirituality. I traveled my journey. But it made me the person. The wisdom brought me the wisdom I have now, and I just appreciate that. So I'm not going to keep this thing very long, but let me just stay focused on you. What I think Ruthie and you need to do is sit there and have do a Zoom. You, me, and Ruthie with a strategy. And then I'm going to ask Viola and Paulette to join us on a second Zoom. But the first Zoom is for you and me and Ruthie come up with a strategy that we believe will work to make it successful for you to get through this semester. Now, all we can do is provide you with the finances, God willing, to get through the other 2 weeks of whatever, if you need to take the 2 weeks of medical and all that nonsense stuff. But then that's just the material stuff. But that's not going to help you. I can guarantee you, even if you had the money from my mom, it'd be more money just down the drain. Because without a spiritual intervention, that's why I sent you those videos. Because if you just can't, if you just don't think you're worth listening to the man of God tell you how to get through the impossible, then we're just wasting time. I think you need to look at that video, the intervention, divine intervention, because that's what you need. Because a divine intervention is the only thing that's going to take you into that exam room and have you pass those exams without, based on your knowledge that you have possessed right now, is divine intervention. Because, people can come up with the funds to get you, rush you through, get the tutors, get you through whatever it is that they want for the payment of the pre-service program and all of that. But it's just going to be more money to Ross. And you still be getting the walking papers if you fail one exam, if you fail one course. So you need divine intervention to pass all the courses, whether or not you get T hormones, whether or not you have Adderall. And you're going to also get divine intervention to put the weed in place, because that's what it takes. It takes taking the money you spent on the weed. Just think about all the money you spent on the weed and what you could have gotten with that money this semester. And weed just, I don't care what you say, is not medicinal. It's not medicinal, because I've seen you on your break when you were here for Mom's funeral. I seen how weed had you walking around looking silly. And you can't pass these classes. You can't succeed with a brain like that. You can't do it. You have to have a focused brain to get through this stuff. And all of this leaning that you've been doing lately, it's time for you to stand on your manhood, because you don't have to have all the rest of the side. And the T hormone stuff should have been resolved. But if you had your mind about yourself, your focus, yes, you could have had that in resolved. You could have kept working with Ruthie or me or whoever to make sure that stuff got sent to you. So I think your doctor is trying to get it to you, and maybe they will, and I pray they will. But if not, I can tell you one thing: what God can do is much bigger than what the doctors can do. It's much bigger than what testosterone injections can do. It's much bigger than what an Adderall pill can do. And I can tell you that because the last course that I took, I got stuck with nothing to take. And oh, you remember I took that naltrexone? I was sick as a dog, but I still got through those last two papers, and I got A's in both, and they both took me over the line. And not one class did I take in this regimen of these things did I get below. My lowest grade was an A minus, and that was twice. And this time I accepted the B, willingly, happily accepting a B, and still ended up with the A minus. So I just know what God can do. All right, so let's think about how we're going to do this. I had some ideas in mind, but I'm not going to share it until we have a chance to talk to you, me, and Ruthie. All right, have a good day, and just hang in with the faith and get rid of the self pity, because that ain't going to help you. Self pity is not going to help. Right now, you just got to refocus, restart, and regain.